Hey everybody, welcome to the other side of the homestead. So I was blessed with, I don't know about blessed, about 80 pounds of onions. And so what I thought I would do is go ahead and let you guys know another way of preserving your onions. So usually if we take our onions, I'll hang them in the pantry so that it's dark, but that only gets me so far through the year. Now, some of these onions I've had since August, so I thought I would go ahead, it's time to process them and get them into cans. So then I also was blessed with some other onions, but yeah, total 80 pounds of onions. So I did my first batch, and what I did is I caramelized those onions. So to caramelize onions, for every 1 pound of onion, you need 2 tablespoons of butter. So, of course, in this one is about 40 pounds of onions. So I just divvied that up, threw some sticks in. What I do is I cut those sticks in half. So put everything, do the tablespoon, just cut it down. Then you're going to take half of that amount of butter and put it on the bottom of the crock pot. In this instance, I have so much, I used a roaster. So then you put your onions in, and then on top of the onions, you're going to go ahead and put the rest of the butter in. Then you set it to slow cook for 10 hours. So what I do is I go back after the first 2 hours and I give it a good stir. Then once I've stirred it, I don't have to touch it again. I just leave it in the roaster and take care of it when it's done. So in order to do that, your onions are low acid. So low acid means pressure can it. Now, do you have to pressure can it? No, you could water bath it. If you do water bath it, you need to double the time on it. And you have to make sure that you're up over 225 degrees, okay, in order for that to work. So, but we're going to use the pressure canner in this instance and do it for 70 minutes. So again, 140 minutes if you were going to water bath it, 70 minutes if you're going to pressure can, and my altitude is 10 pounds. So this is what about 40 pounds of onions look like after, of course, you go through and throw out. So the ones that I had to do were store-bought. Those I went through, got out all the bad stuff, and it's pretty amazing to me because the stuff that I had that was mine is looking a lot better and lasting than what I got from the store and what was given to me from the store. So those onions I really had to go through, probably threw out at least about 5. It was at least 1 onion per bag that I ended up having to throw out. Then I had to go through the rest of the onions and I had to take the bad stuff out, wash them up and all of that. I just think it's really cruddy when you just get onions on Thursday and then now you're not even a week later, you're at Tuesday and I already have produce going bad. Supply chain issue much? Maybe. So anyway, let's counteract that. We're going to save everything. What do you do with caramelized onions? Oh my gosh, you could make French onion soup. You can put it on burgers. You can put it on sandwiches. You can put it, oh yeah, I made, G's over there watching me. So I made ham and bean soup, and I did take some of my caramelized onions and I put it in my ham and bean soup. It's delicious. I like the taste of it. Now, when you have your caramelized onions, I don't know if you can see that. Can you help me? So when you do have your caramelized onions like this, see this juice in here? A lot of people want to drain that out. I like it. So I go ahead and I can with it. So this is what my caramelized onions look like. And then we put those over into jars. And I leave about a 1/4 inch headspace. And so this is what those look like. We use small jars because I don't like to waste, and too many jars in your refrigerator is just pain in the butt. So anyway, I'm going to get these canned up, set them in the pressure canner. Before I put the lids on here, I'm going to take vinegar and I'm going to clean that rim. Don't forget that step because if you get that butter on there, it may not seal. You don't want that. So just make sure that you clean those off, put them in the canner, and yeah, that's it. Caramelized onions. All kinds of stuff you can do with it. I hope you enjoy it. Onions are great for your health, keep you healthy. So if you want to drain the juice, like I said, feel free to. You don't need to do anything, just the onions in there. I like the juice, so I save it. Can't think of anything else. So I think that's about it. We're going to leave you with that. So I've cut the butter for the bottom. I also left the juices in from the last batch. Figured why not. So put that bottom butter in. Now it's time, and you can see how I cut my onions. I just put them in slivers. So I like them that way. Do them however you want. There's no rules to this. So, and then we just throw them all in there. Make sure we can get them all in there. It's going to be tight. All right. See this mixing bowl? It's a big mixing bowl. I need to find one bigger. If anybody has any idea where to find one bigger than that, let me know. All right, so these are crumbled together, clumped together. As they caramelize, they're going to loosen up, so don't worry about that. So now we got our cut butter. So you're just going to take the butter and throw it right on top. Now, I know some of you are going to panic and say, man, that's a lot of butter. Remember, it's 2 tablespoons for every pound, and I got close to 40 pounds in here. Okay, so that's ready to go. I've got that going, and I need the lid right here. Thank you. And gotta love a roaster. So just plug it right in. And I set her to 250 degrees for 10 hours. I'll come back in 2, stir her around, and then tomorrow morning she's going to be ready to can up. So we'll get everything going and can it up again. So hopefully you enjoy this process. Hopefully it saves you some money, saves you some time down the road, and you guys enjoy. Have fun with it. Till next time, live a life gun-free.
Thanks, Milo.